Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today we're going to do the Penguin Cheer Block 1. So you saw in the other video where I had already started cutting it out when I was showing you the light box. So this is what I've done. This is a set of fat quarters I got probably 5 or 6 years ago, so I don't think they still have them. I got them from Connecting Threads. And then this was a fat quarter I just had in my drawer, and it looks like a chimney, so that's why I'm using it. I have my black and white, and I've decided to put blue for the eyes, and this is sort of a orange that I'm going to use for the beaks. I've laid all my pieces out here, so what I did was I went ahead and I took my picture, which is right here. I had to lay them out, you know, make sure I had all the pieces. So I put this one I realized that I had actually written on it backwards, but that's fine, doesn't make any difference. Just making sure I got all the pieces to it, okay? And then if you look at the picture, let me show you real quick here, you can see that this piece is not on there. Well, this is your rooftop. That's what this is, and then this is the top on the chimney. And so when you read, it tells you right here, this block has an additional applique patch that's not included on the template. So you're going to cut a piece 14.5 by 2 3/4 inches high. So that's the piece that's going to go across the bottom. I'm going to use this red one, and I'll have that at the bottom and up at the top. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to iron my fabric, lay my pieces on my fabric, smooth them down with my hand, cut them all out, and then we're going to assemble them, and I'm going to show you that mat that I was talking about also at the tail end of the light box video. I went up there, I ironed a little section. As you can tell, this isn't even all the way ironed, okay? And I just smoothed the thing on there. I took the one side off and laid the other one on it. There's the feet, there's the beaks, there's the eyes. I just took the other side off and rubbed it on there. It hasn't been ironed or anything, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing right here with the bodies. Let me set every one of these pieces. All of these pieces left over are all black. They're the wings, they're the body. So I just take off the fusible, lay it down here. This is all there is to it. It's super duper easy. It's not going anywhere. Let's do this one next to it. I've got my selvage off already, so I'm not going to worry about that. And if I did, I'd just pick it up and move it, because it can be moved. And now note that on here I even wrote the word black body, just so that I wouldn't get confused and accidentally put a white one. This is black, says black, that says black on it. Those all say white on them. There we go. Now I'm going to go up to the ironing board, and all I'm going to do is press this on. I'll put my cover over the top of it so that it doesn't accidentally get stuck on my iron. I went ahead and I cut out a strip here. That's the strip that goes on the bottom. Here's the chimney. I went ahead and laid it down in the corner of the fabric. You can see right here. I laid it down in the corner, just cut out the little square. And then I had a strip left over from the red that I put my chimney straight across, the top part of the chimney. That's it. And that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to iron it, and then when I get done ironing, I'll just cut out all the sections before I put it together. Alrighty, so I'm new at using this mat. And this is that Teflon mat I was talking to you about. And I have my picture up here, and I have all of my pieces right here. You can see they're ironed. They start rolling when they're ironed. And I'm just going to copy this. Now I put, just so that I have an idea where everything's going, I just put my fabric, as you can see right there. I put the fabric and I put the bottom of the chimney, and then I covered it up. It's not going to hurt anything. My iron is getting hot, and then all I'm going to do is go based on this picture of how it needs to be on here. So the first thing I've got to do is take my strip here, and it's going to go at the bottom, because that's what's going to go down before I put the fireplace. So let me get the fireplace. I'm trying to keep all my pieces from going all over. All right. And so I'm just going to peel this off. Hopefully my sticky stays. It did not stay on that end right there when I just did that. Let's see if I can get it to stay. If it wants to stay or not, I don't know. Oops, here we go. So, pull off, and let's see. You can see the shininess of that. So you can tell that's got sticky. And so the picture shows, and it only has to be approximate, doesn't have to be perfect, that it's going to go on the roof here. So I'm kind of putting it in the middle between the two. And then I'm taking the body of the side, and this says body of the side view. Let's see if I can get this paper turned on. I think this is the longest process, trying to get a grip on that paper. Let's see, he kind of has like an Easter egg like this, and he's like that. And I think I need to put his foot down underneath him. So let's do that. His foot backwards, the bigger part goes up front. I've never really looked at penguins' feet before. Remember, you can move this around until you iron it. Once you've ironed it, that's it. It's over. Alright, now let's see how this works. Let's see. So this is his face. Let's see. Get that. Maybe this is his side of the body over here. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I've got this on here wrong. So pick it up and it goes like this. Let's put this a little higher. Coloring's off a little bit because he's supposed to be white all the way down here, but I guess all the different ones look different. So let's take this one next. Your main concern, because you could always move these further to the right or the left, but just remember, you're going to keep a 1/4 inch all the way around your fabric there, because that's your seam. You don't want to get your little pieces in a seam. Okay, so this has to go across that. I think that's down lower. Oops. Let's go down here. Just a little bit of there. Okay, let's put the house and the head of the other one next. So let's do that. So that's going to be up there. This is going to go across the top like that. This one's going to go down underneath it a little bit. wait for his face. That looks pretty good. Oop, I gotta get his feet. For all of you that think that applique is hard, this is really easy. I mean, there's not a lot of thinking. We just copied a picture. And if you don't want to copy a picture, you can make it up yourself too. Just draw a picture out. And if you want to be more precise, and when I mean precise, if you're drawing your own picture, you can draw it on your piece of paper, and like I have this fabric underneath here, you can put your paper underneath here and lay the whole thing out, iron it all, pick it up, and then move it to your fabric. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get it all so that it's stuck together, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pick it all up while it's adhered together here. Let's see, his feet are kind of weird here. There we go. Now we've got to put some wings on them. And let's see, I have one wing on this guy here. And it goes like, it's supposed to go a little bit like that, I guess. Put here. And then I'm missing a wing. Did I lose it here? Nope. Let's see. If these belong to this one, I'm lost my wing somewhere along the way. And it's a little bitty one like this. Go back over here to the table and see if I can find it. Well, I looked for it and I couldn't find it, so I had to cut out another one. I'll find it after I'm over there doing something. I looked everywhere on the floor. I can't find it. But here we go. We'll just put his little wings on him. I'm trying to see if they go across him like this. It's funny how that just upped and vanished, but okay, so this one, oh, it's backwards. Alright, so all I did was I laid them down opposite and just retrimmed them so they're not correct. I mean, they're not perfect. I guess I could have stacked them and done it. This one's not quite as round and short, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to, so that they can be the same size, I'm just going to match them up. So I took paper to paper. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, paper to paper. And then I'm going to trim this off to make it shorter so that they're the same. Let me do that real quick. There we go. So they're both about the same now. That was an easy enough fix. The little pointed part goes up here. They just won't meet as close, but that's fine. And then a little bit further out here. There we go. Like that. That's okay. And then I got to put some eyes on him. And this one, he gets one little eye. And actually, I think what I'm going to do with this one, because I am going to trim him a little bit more. Let's fix this. Because I want this white to be up against his chest like that. And if I do that, it's supposed to meet at the bottom, and I can't get it to meet at the bottom. So this is where I'm going to be ad-libbing here. And I'm going to take him, and hopefully it won't stick too bad. And all I'm going to do is trim him like this. And then edge a little bit here. Just like I said, I've just ad-libbing here. I'm setting down here. Let's see, based on the picture, he's about like that. And he's coming down here. And doing his foot's right there. Let's stick this off to the side. That's sticking on my finger and I can't get it off. Okay. Put his arm on here. It goes about like this, like he's reaching out. And actually his arm's a little bit too long. So let's just trim his arm down. Let's see here. I'm going to trim him from this side first. And if it's easier when you're trimming, if you want to put a piece of paper on the back of this, that might make it a little easier. There we go, I like that better. Let's give him an eye. He gets an eye and a beak. Put his eye up here. And he has the teeny weeny little beak, I believe. This one here, if I can get it off. Which is right here. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Stay right there. Okay. And then this guy gets like a diamond. Well, it's really a square, but it's on its side, so that looks like a diamond. This. So it goes down like that. I think it needs to go a little bit higher because his eyes need to be up here. There we go. And then he gets the little eyes. I think they go across his little thing here. Let's go this way with him. And if you don't have fingernails and you can't grip it, you can always get tweezers. Got some pretty little eyes on that thing. Oh, let's put the wings up here. This is where we'll determine whether I gotta move that head up a little higher. I'm not sure. Let's see. So that looks good. Good. And then we need the beak. And the eyes. That looks pretty good. And let's just move this board here out of the way. See how warm my iron is. And let's see if we can go ahead and fix this foot a little bit here. this is actually just gliding over this board. So it's sticking to the fabric here. That's the purpose of it. You just want all the fabrics to stick. And then we're going to let it cool here. Looks like it's sticking pretty good. Cool. And then when it cools, we'll be able to pick it up as one section to lay it on our background. That's the purpose of the fusing mat. And you can do the same thing with this, which is the other side. This comes with it. This is an extra one. You can do the same thing. You can put your pieces on here. If you want to do a tall, you can do it, because you could actually do it in sections. You could lay it here, put whatever your fabric is, iron it, slowly move it down, put your fabric on here, iron it. It'll all be on here until you pull it off. So if you've got something this tall, which is 24 by 17, because it's the same thing as the one below it, that's perfect. But this came with this. It wasn't bought separately. And then I want to also let you know that at the very beginning, when I first started this, when I first began my blocks, what I did was I cut out all the backgrounds first. Let me show you the sheet of paper. Hopefully there's not a glare here. So down here at the bottom, whoops. So down here at the bottom on your paper, it tells you the size. Block 1 is a 14.5 by a 12.5. And then block 2. And then block 3. So I went ahead and cut all these blocks out, and I've marked them all. And they're all sitting aside. I've marked them by size and whatever the block number is, so that I'll have it when it's time to do the second block. I've already got it. And I went ahead and I cut out all my pieces. I've put them all in a Ziploc bag, so then I've got them also. So let's see if it's cooled off any. And it has cooled off, so we can pick this up all as one piece, just like that. We can move our mat. So the side over here. Here's our piece of fabric. Lay it on here. Okay, now if you want to, when I get ready to do this, any kind of flaw, like I see a little bit where it didn't quite meet, but I'll end up doing probably a satin stitch on that. So now all you got to do is the adhesive that's on the back of this, which is still sticky and tacky. When you lay it down, you've got it all positioned. So I'm going to go right on the edge, because my 1/4 inch will catch this red fabric, which will be in the bottom of my block. Looks pretty even to me. Now what I'll do is just take my iron and press it over the top, and then it's going to stay on the blue fabric, which is my background. And this is how easy it was. Now, I didn't put any fusible on this red. I didn't think it needed it. And what I'll do, if I feel like it needs it, I'll tack it down along the bottom with a, remember that thread that I have? I'm going to get it here to show you real quick, because I mess the name up on it every single time. So remember this thread here? This thread here, make sure you can see it. It's the Wonderful, excuse me, Rinse and Gone. I'll take this and I'll put it at the bottom of this, and then when I get ready to put it together and I sew it, if it shows, as soon as it gets wet, it comes out, because this is not thread that stays put. Once you get it wet, it's gone. I did a video on that to show you. This was that Rinse and Gone by Wonderful. It's 40 weight and it's 100% polyester. but it's strictly for temporary. You're not going to sew anything with it permanently because it won't stay. And if I feel like I need to have this adhered to the bottom because it's not enough up here, then that's what I'll do, is I'll just stay stitch it. Well, I mean, not stay stitch it, I'm sorry, I'll base stitch it. And that is it. So let me show you it. I'm going to put it up here on the design wall for y'all. So there's the block 1 of the penguin cheer quilt follow along. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you've never tried to do applique, this would be a time to do it, because these are going to be some really easy blocks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.